What's going on, guys? How's it going? So I've got this bonus video this week because something crazy has happened. A couple days ago, Canon Rumors posted about a new camera that Canon's ideally or likely going to be releasing this year. It's being termed as the Canon RS or maybe R5. We're not quite sure what the titling is, but the specs were posted on Canon Rumors and they seem like they could be real. And if so, it's gonna be crazy. This camera has been taking the internet by storm. Peter McKinnon even tweeted about it. People's thoughts on these specs are that they truly are incredible, and we're gonna go over them here. If these rumors are true, this camera could be game-changing. So this would be a 45 megapixel full frame camera, and it would have IBIS as well. So that's that in-body image stabilization that we talked about in my video on the Canon EOS R Mark II. So this is a game-changing thing already for Canon to be introducing into its cameras. 45 megapixel, which is a pretty strong megapixel range for a camera. It's above the 1DX Mark III, it's above the 5D Mark IV, it's above a lot of these cameras right now in terms of megapixels. IBIS is a new thing that we're gonna start to see in these Canon cameras, but we haven't to this point. So already this camera is looking incredible. And if you look at continuous shooting, it's looking like it would have 12 frames per second mechanical, and then with the electronic viewfinder, it would be up to 20 frames per second. So this is matching the 1DX Mark III for a smaller camera, theoretically smaller camera here. These specs are looking crazy because you're getting a 45 megapixel sensor and the 20 frames per second continuous shooting, whereas the 1DX Mark III is more around 20 for megapixels with that 20 frames per second continuous shooting. So it seems crazy. I don't know where the price point would fall for this camera. It already seems like it would have to be pretty stinking high if the 1DX Mark III is gonna be at $6,500. But let's continue because the specs get even crazier. It's looking like it would have the same battery as the 5D Mark IV, so that standard DSLR battery. Though the battery will be the same size, it's actually gonna be a newer battery and it's gonna have a longer life. So we're getting a lot more out of the batteries here, even though they're the same size. It's likely to have built-in 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi for easy file transfer. What really gets crazy is when we start to look at the video. 8K at 30 frames per second raw video. This would be mind-blowing. Now, there have been some caveats. People don't seem to think this is even possible that this camera could be coming out with this at this point if the 1DX Mark III is just gonna be hitting 5.5K raw. How could they jump to 8K on this new camera? Well, there's a thought that that might actually be a reference from a note, meaning that it's gonna have 8K time lapses, a time lapse mode. So that's possible. That could be a reason for it to be here, but who knows if it truly were jumping to 8K video at 30 frames per second in this camera. I think our price point's gonna jump even higher. That seems extraordinary, but it'll definitely be interesting to see. It also says in the rumors that this camera could have 4K 120 frames per second, which again, not even the 1DX Mark III would be doing. So that's a massive jump as well for slow-mo video. It would look absolutely incredible knowing how these cameras shoot 4K. They look so good. So to have 120 would be really a giant step forward. If it did, it starts to become, well, it's already worth the price, but it would be even more so for video users who like that slow-mo. Some of these stats, guys, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. If this camera's real, it's gonna be a huge year for Canon. It's looking like this camera could be expected in July of 2020, but we don't know. That's just what it's looking like right now. Not sure if that's announcement date, not sure if that's shipment date, not sure what it is, but July 2020 seems to be a big key date for this camera. Now again, we don't know what this camera really will be called. People are saying the RS, people are saying the R5, maybe it's the 5D Mark V. We don't know. These are just rumors, but it's looking like this camera's coming with some of these specs. Not sure about all of them, but with some of them, and it's bound to be a big year. So thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like, write a comment down below, subscribe to my channel for more updates on cameras, to learn more about filmmaking and photography, and we'll be back every week. Thanks, guys.